Hey, it's Montoyia and not Joe, but I do still have a cup of tea. I am Montoyia McGowan with Stop in the Chase Counseling and Consulting out of Memphis, Tennessee. And the thing I'd like to talk to you about today is a problem that I had to solve or a problem that I had to overcome. And I remember when I first started out, I heard that the money is in the niche, and I had some difficulty with trying to find what was my niche or who is a part of my target audience. And my advice to anyone who is trying to figure out who their target audience is to just get started. But get started by thinking about the kinds of people that end up talking to you regularly and some of the characteristics that these people may have in common, and some of the issues that tend to come up a lot where you're like, ooh, this is my jam. I'm good at this. I really know how to help somebody work through these things, and possibly even keep a running tab. So my niche or my target audience is I work with the working well. That's people like me and you who would normally be okay, but having the support of a therapist is even better, and it helps your emotional quality of life, and it helps to have someone who is not biased in your life, who can just help be a support system and help you work through the everyday anxieties of being a highly functional person who has roadblocks that come up throughout the day or throughout the week. I also work with artists, entrepreneurs, and creatives. And usually these people are trailblazers of some sort, and that makes them the go-to person for quite a few people, especially if they are the ones in their family or in their immediate circles who have made it. And if you are the one who has made it or who has made quite a bit of progress, that also means that oftentimes you are the go-to person for a lot of people. And it can be difficult to have someone who can connect with you in a way to where they can understand or they can relate. And so I have found that with the people that tend to come to me, these highly functioning people who have high intellectual status, is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe not, but they're thinkers and they're doers, and their brains are always working, their brains are always going, and they are the go-to person for a lot of people. And so these people tend to have codependency issues, so I help them work towards having some boundaries, creating some healthy boundaries, creating some comfortable and sometimes not so comfortable emotional boundaries so that they can protect their energy, help give them perspective and insight about themselves. And sometimes once you find out who your niche or your target audience is, it can change or progress over time to become even more detailed, but how you start out may not be how you finish. And so just get started. I think I started with relationship and trauma therapist. Everybody has some type of relationship, even if it's just a relationship with yourself. Everybody has had some type of traumatic situation or traumatic issue arise where they could have some therapeutic support with learning how to work through them or learning how to work through triggers. And so that brought me to the working well, creatives, entrepreneurs, and trailblazers. So it kind of narrowed itself down over time. And I think I've definitely found my sweet spot because these people are on the intellectual level where they feel like them coming to me where they can relate or I can relate, or they don't have to do a whole lot of explaining or giving a whole lot of pre-details in order for us to have a conversation to help them explore barriers or triggers that are presenting themselves, that are keeping them from having the quality of life that they want, or just having to be having the opportunity for me to help them have more insight and awareness sooner versus them stewing in it and not knowing like what is this and where is this coming from and why does this same issue keep popping up. And so the problem that I solved was how to find my niche and my target audience. And so just get started and just pick something and go with it, and pay attention to the people that tend to come up or the issues that tend to come up over time, and then start to become a specialist in those areas. So thanks, Joe, for allowing us to be a part of this. I hope you are healing and that you have a lasting recovery. Talk to you later.